going to walk through this report to show how you can find insights in a channel-specific report. So this is a Google Ads report, and basically what we can do is start at the high-level metrics and then drill down and see what are the opportunities. And what we have on the left-hand side is a bunch of different cuts of the reports that are auto-generated. So we can go to each one and look for insights. So if you look at this first report here, the first trend I always like to look at is, okay, multiple metric, say is CAC or revenue. How is that changing over time? So you can see here, the customer acquisition costs are rising. So that's something as we look through the other, reports, what is the reason for that? Why is CAC rising? And we can do that looking at other metrics too, right? So you can kind of see here, this pink one is cost per click, and you can see cost per clicks have been rising significantly. And, when you look at more of a table view, we can see the CAC is a combination of cost per click and then kind of click-through rate and conversion rate. And how does that look? Right? So these are conversions and costs, different metrics, but kind of shows the same, that CAC's been rising. So let's take a look at the performance table. So we can kind of see, here's a report. Let's separate brand from non-brand, right? Because that's a significant difference. Typically, one thing I always like to do is for branded terms, how are we ranking for those? What's our search impression share? Is it competitive or not? Should we be pushing harder or not, depending on that? You can see here, we have some ad spend that actually has no returns. So there's probably something wrong with this. We should look into that. But the CAC is around $420. So you can see, kind of the metric click-through rate and conversion rate. What's surprising to me is this is the most unusual kind of customer example. The non-brand CAC is higher than branded CAC. So that's wild. So basically you can see what's happening is the cost per click on brand has been bidded up where it's higher than non-brand. It's fascinating, right? Click-through rates are going to be super high on brand, but much lower on non-brand. But because this number is lower, you get in cheaper. And then the craziest thing is conversion rate is higher on non-brand than these brand searches. So super unique. And so the question there is, what is unique about these landing pages that non-brand traffic's being sent to compared to these brand terms? Also, are some of these brand terms conflated, right? Like it's a brand term for you as a business, but it's not, it actually can mean something else. So people are clicking on it, but they're not likely to convert because it's highly irregular that the conversion rate for non-brand is higher than brand.